Alright, we're on the play for round two. I'm gonna play first. How much do I like Prism? Well, I'm gonna go look up my opponent's deck. I know I've played them before. Oh, they're on elves too, apparently. This hand is barely keepable. I've got colored mana, I've got 2 pieces of Tron, and I've got a Prism to draw into stuff. If I just draw card draw, I'm golden. If I draw Oracles and Teachings and Stonehorns, we're off to the races. Well, my opponent's deck list for the last challenge is wild. They're playing a Street Wraith. They're playing 2 Distant Melodies and 1 Longbow, and 2 Spider Silk Armors, and 1 Abundant Growth in the main. And 15 lands. With no island. Thornwood falls instead of island. That's bad. You can't play Distant Melody with Birchlore Rangers as your only blue source, basically. Yeah, they got 5 blue sources. That's too low. I guess they have the Abundant Growth, 6 blue sources. Not a fan. Not a fan. Playing the island plus... Oh, my opponent mulled before, while I was just yabbering away. Playing the Sylvan Rangers gives you a lot more virtual hits because you get to hit them off of Lead the Stampedes. That's not the Tron piece I was looking for. Alright, that's fine. I'm leading on the Tron instead of the tap land on turn 1, because if I hit a tower, I'm going to be much more happy that I played the 2 Tron lands. I'm going to have time to play this Cove eventually. Next turn, I'm probably going to lead Island. Well, it depends on what I can play. I might lead on Quicksand. Opponent's doing math over there. Okay, my opponent is either doing math or thinking real hard. Or they're just going to the bathroom, you know. Or maybe they're just cursing the sky, cursing the ground. Why did I mold a 5? Why? Oh, they're playing a land, alright. Or are they deciding between playing a 2-drop and a tap land, maybe? Oh, that's another reason you shouldn't be playing Thornwood Falls. That is... Coming to play tapped is very bad. You should just be playing Crumbling Sanctuary, the colorless land that comes into play tap but makes colored mana when it comes into play. Timberwatch. The wrong art of Timberwatch, if we're being all honest with ourselves. Alright, let's see what we Oracle into. Flicker? Flicker's better than Oracle than another Oracle. Because next turn I get to go Oracle. If I get Tower, I get to play Tower and then Flicker either 2 Oracles or an Oracle and a Prism. My opponent attacks with Llanowar. I guess I just take the hit, right? I take 3. Yeah. There's a non-zero chance I'm going to be able to flood the board given my opponent mulled a 5. Oh, you should definitely have played Priest last turn. What? Okay, I'll take the hit here, because next turn I get to have 2 blockers in play, which will limit what my opponent can attack with. I guess I'll just take Mulldrifter. Oh, I get to play the Quicksand. Of course. This also stops any attack my opponent can make. Assuming they don't just rip here, they're going to probably play Aquarian Ranger or whatever. That's really unfortunate. Damn it. Well, I liked my chances until my opponent ripped the late Stampede. Maybe they'll miss. They're playing a lot of non-creatures. Seriously? Jesus Christ. I'm getting owned. I think I'm dead here, right? My opponent plays both Rangers and a Vanguard, and they have 3 activations as a Timberwatch. Wow, that was unfortunate. I hope my opponent doesn't see it. I guess my opponent's plays make perfect sense if that's what cards are coming up. I guess I'll turn off auto yields. Whatever. Block the birch lures. Is there any way I survive? If I kill one of the birch lures, they still have 21 damage coming through. I mean, this doesn't do anything, but whatever. That was insane. Oh well. I guess playing Timberwatch was a great idea on turn 2. Well, that's a frustrating way to lose. Yeah, I was a bit far off, wasn't I? Oh no, next turn I could have gone... If I had survived without using Quicksand, I could have gone Evoke Mole Drifter into Moment's Peace, drawing Grotto, and then draw Moment's Peace. Alright. Wow, that was broken. That's cool. That's a really frustrating way to lose, but, I mean, sometimes you just get there, right? Condescend probably is going to stay in on the play. Well, we'll see. My opponent is playing a above average number of counterspells in that they have 2. I don't want the arrows even on the play because they have the 2 main deck armors plus 2 sideboard armors. I probably don't need Capsize as much. Huh. That was a dumb way to die. Do I want 24 lands on the play still? Probably. And I think Fingraph's better than Quicksand. Well, what a frustrating loss. Oh well. Sometimes you top deck perfects. What am I taking out? Maybe I don't need Condescend and Dispel. Yeah, let's just take out Dispel. I'll swap Condescend for Dispel after board, because Condescend is much less likely to do anything on the draw. Condescend on the play is great, because if you just lead on a blue land turn 1 and then play an untapped land, you can just counter whatever they're playing on turn 2. Gotta get that scry too. Ugh. Hitting 2 Quirion Rangers plus another elf is unfortunate. Wonder if I could have survived by killing one of the birch lores with Quicksand to make their I guess even if they didn't have the Vanguard, that's still, what, 18? Yeah, whatever. I would like to play first. That's good. An anti-combat card. I've got a turn 2 Prohibit. My opponent leads on Mana Elf plus turn 2 Timberwatch that I can't counter. That's going to be unfortunate, but I can counter Priest of Titania. And they only have 7 Mana Dorks? They have 3 Mystics, 2 Fentorn, 2 Llanowar. I don't like my opponent's build. Playing Remote Isles, it might come back to bite me, but Hopefully won't. Yep. I guess you don't need that many if you just always draw them. I'm leading on Grotto. No real reason. Oh, I'm leading on Grotto in case I want to play a tap land next turn while holding up crop rotation. There we go. I made a reason. My opponent does like going into the tank here. Do I counter Vanguard? Probably not. Next turn I evoke Muldrifter. Well, my opponent is just tanking. Jesus. I'm going to time my opponent out if we get to a game 3. Maybe they're double queuing. No. Well, let's actually bring this over here. They're not. Oh wait, underscore maybe at the top. Yeah, but they're not here. All right, they're just, wasting time. Definitely countering Priest. I mean, there's no reason not to, right? Is that what they were thinking about? Leading on a bait? Why would they not play the land first so I can't condescend there? Come on. Given I drew the mine, I can hold up crop rotation, and if they have a land destruction spell, I can crop rotate in response. If they don't, into turn I can get Tron and just hardcast a Muldrifter. Yeah, I like that. I think that works. Having a creature in play is nice. And it might make them worried I have another counter spell. Maybe they're double queuing a league. This is absurd. Maybe their hand's so good that they know they're going to crush me very quickly, and they just... Why are you playing the land now? Whatever. Alright, they have double Priest. That's unfortunate. Hopefully they can rip a gut shot off this Muldrifter. I have a Sacred Modile instead of Grotto because I need the white mana for Dignitary, but whatever. Yeah, we'll just jam a Muldrifter. Whee! If they got Thermokarst, boom! They got Thermokarst, but hopefully they don't. And even if they do, I get to go Fingraph into research, assuming they don't blow up the Grotto. And if they blow up the Grotto, whatever. We got time. Presumably. Opponent also doesn't have colored mana, non-green mana. They might have dorky sideboard cards or distant melodies rotten in their hand. Of course, they also can just go, boom, lead the Stampede into Birchler Rangers plus another Priest here. I have no doubt that's what they're planning. Oh, well, they have a Timberwatch. Okay. I get to play Timberwatch this turn as well. I don't know why my opponent's leading on Forest either, given they have a Quirion Ranger in play. Like, they didn't play around Condescend when I could have it, and now when I don't have it, I can't have it, because I don't have any blue mana. They're just, ignoring it. Whatever. They could have kept that Forest as hidden information. So if I just jam Dignitary, it doesn't work out very well for me. Lead on tower and swing for 2. I don't think my opponent's dumb enough to block Dignitary next turn, so I'm gonna have to draw something, but we'll draw it next turn. And I think I was, yeah, I had to play Dignitary that turn because they can just play. Really? They can just play another Ranger, attack with these 3, and then they have, on the unblocked, 1, 2, 3 pumps for lethal. And that's only with the cards I know about. So I could have researched and hoped to draw a different colored mana, but what else? My opponent loves tanking, holy moly. So, if I draw nothing, next turn I compulsive. If I miss again, I can play Fingraph and crack it, but then I'm lacking the colored mana to replay Dignitary. God, good lord, this is agonizing. Am I playing against Twitch Plays Magic or something? Because they are, they're taking a long time for their decisions. Also, my opponent just drew that. They had an opportunity to cast it. I think. Call that our Ranger. Well, he definitely could have gotten Ranger into play last turn. I guess they were out of manas to play both the second Ranger and the Adventurous Impulse. And the Timberwatch, rather. Another Timberwatch? Alright. Well, I'm certainly dead if they, if I don't find another anti-combat card. And another colored mana source. I guess that was one downside to playing the way I played. Does not quite do it unless I rip off the Prism, because I can play Prism and then Teachings, but then I have one colorless mana and no colored manas. Discarding land. Discarding Fingraph, right? Play Prism. And since my opponent drew the second Timberwatch and has a second Ranger, oh yes. Next turn I get to go. I get to Teachings for Flicker and win the game. Or rather, lock the game down for a large amount of turns. Assuming my opponent doesn't have something sick. They have one card left in hand. Could be anything. Could be even another Leads of Stampede into Priest, something good. I don't know. Sure. Hunt those masters. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Do you have another Lead of Stampede? No. Spider Silk Armor. Alright. I cut Capsize, right? Yeah, so I'm going to have to figure out another way to win. Probably by gut-shotting them to death. If I'd had to guess. So if I Oracle, I can still Teachings and Flicker. So let's Oracle first. See if we draw something good. Map or Grotto? Grotto's another color Manosaurus. Map is not a cycling land. It does not. It's just another land, so I'll just take the land here. Alright. We'll go ahead and lead on teachings, flicker my 2 dignitaries. This gets my flicker in case I draw a wall. And also is the same as just getting Moment's Peace. Just, you know, I don't have to do it during their turn and also don't have to tap as much. I'm going to play a Grotto. Because I think I crop rotated for this plant. Meaning if they get a Thermokarst, they're going to hit plant. Assuming they're actually thinking their plays through. Not a guarantee. Okay. I have one more combat to skip. I've drawn... Okay. I've drawn okay. I haven't drawn perfect. But I have drawn okay. End of turn, I'm going to flashback teachings for teachings. Play Oh, I should have main phased that. Oh, they don't have blue mana. Right. If I play a Birch Lore, I have to respond with teachings. That's fine. Yeah, it kind of sucks, but they have a ton of green mana already. And I don't care about Longbow. So, I'm not about to teachings for Prohibit. Or Condescend, I guess I already used Prohibit. Oh, wrong one. I can't flashback this one from my hand. Not quite yet. I'll go ahead and get another Ghostly Flicker. Because I do want to draw a bunch of cards. And store up a combat. I'm just digging for a wall. Alright, well, Condescend's not going to do much this game. But I've got time to draw stuff. Actually, I have 1,000,000 manas. It might do something. I'll just flip one. Holy crap. Black. I can play one of these lands. I guess I'll play a mine, because I do want them to destroy the stupid thing. Wow, that's unfortunate. Please let me F6. The game would not let me F6 at all. I hope my opponent whiffs here. Just plays another dorky creature. Any duplicate of card in play is fine by me, but if they draw a Birch Lore, then it makes future... many of their future cards live. Maybe they don't side in the counters here. It'd be... I can't imagine why they're in their deck if they're not bringing them here, but... Who knows? Whatever. I just hope I draw spells. Haha! Gotcha! Gotcha! Boom. Alright. Oracle. Playing that mine was smart. It didn't really matter unless they draw more things. I'm just gonna play a Dignitary. Best turn. Basically gonna Condescend anything. They can just pay with it with a Priest plus Rangers if they have to, but... Prism's alright. Map's not good. Map's really bad. I'm actually gonna lead on map and then just play a Cove. I have a big enough board that they need to swing completely out to do anything, which might let me get in some cracks with Mole Drifters. I guess not. What? I can just block here. I don't need to use my land space. This is terrible. This is a terrible attack. Like, what does this do? Eat 2 of my creatures? Maybe more if they want to bounce from the lands. And if it does work out, I can just Moment's Peace. Yeah, this is also bad. I have 8 creatures, right? And they're attacking with 8 creatures. So they're basically just eating creatures and not really getting a whole lot out of the bargain. Like, they're not forcing me to do anything, right? Okay. They get to eat my Mole Drifters if they want to save their creatures. They get to eat my dignitaries if they want to do that. That requires them to use all their rangers, though. And then I probably would Moment's Peace, right? I do want to have at least one dignitary in play. I'm just going to always yield that. I don't have Pulse, and I've already used the Fingraph, so yeah, I guess if they do this, I'm just going to use the Moment's Peace. My opponent figured it out. They've been tanking and making bad plays, which is not a good situation to be in. Actually. I'm going to crack this. Grab another gain land, I think. Yeah. I should probably take a picture of this. Just to remind myself of what all I got. I have so many cards that just instantly win the game. It's kind of a bummer that I, can't win right now, but go ahead and get a Throne of Falls. So right now I'm killing their priest and both rangers. Is that good enough? Or should I just Moment's Peace? Am I going to be able to win the game if I just draw a wall? Just chain through my deck. Because 2 walls plus Moment's Peace is good enough, right? And killing their priest and 2 rangers, yeah. This also buys me another turn, given that I don't have anything. This also turns Condescend on, so drawing another Moment's Peace is good. Yeah, I think I'm just going to win this way. Ooh, my opponent doesn't have any rangers left. I can swing for damage. Probably doesn't matter. Might as well just make them use their Timber Watches instead. Because now they also are down a lot of elves, so they have to have 2 Timber Watch triggers for it to be lethal. Block Vanguard, or chump Vanguard, chump this thing, block here and here. Taking 2, but they can make lethal, in which case I will Moment's Peace. Yeah, I'm going to time my opponent out. I think that's my game plan for next game. Assuming we get there, which is not a guarantee given how I've drawn thus far. I've got 20 cards left. I mean, I'm just bricking over and over and over again. All right, so I'm down Thornwood Falls. I should probably F6. Yeah. I should have swung there. There's no reason not to swing there. That was stupid. I think the Stampede is going to get countered. Not just counter for a lot. I don't think I can miss, given I get to scry 2 and I get 3 extra turns. But it's going to be real frustrating if I do manage to... Yeah, like, look at this. Look at this garbage. I'm just out of lands. I drew the other mine. We've got 5 lands left. If I lose here, I'm going to be unhappy. Make him use both Timber Watches. Just flash this one back. This is going to be a very painful loss. If it's a loss. Like, even if I drew a gain land instead of the stupid tower, they have to attack with another Timber Watch. So Basically anything is better than me drawing untapped land. It's really frustrating. Oh, there we go. Swinging anyway. No, they're not swinging. Who the hell knows? They should be swinging in case I have capsize, because then they put all their eggs on that one token and I just bounce it. But I don't have the capsize in, so. And if I had capsize in, they wouldn't have any creatures in play right now, so it's fine. It's just a slight misplay. Which is probably not going to matter when I draw 2 more lands in a row. Oh, God. Okay. I'm going to be unhappy if I lose this game. Next turn, I've got Prism, 2 Oracles, Muldrifter, 3 Walls, Compulsive as live draws. Oh, and another Dignitary and 2 more pieces. All right. I wish I could counter this Birch Lore, because they probably have some sort of weird counter in their hand, but I should have played a Distant Melody. Wow. That is unfortunate. They only play 4 Rangers, so it's unfortunate that they drew their their blue mana. Oh well, I had a moment's peace in response because they could play counter spells. It is so frustrating that I drew, what, 7 lands in a row or something? My opponent gave me time, and I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't draw the wall to lock them out. And if I had drawn a wall, they would be locked out. If I had drawn a wall in the last 7 turns, I would just have flicker through to find another wall, and then have a prohibit to lock them out of their blue mana. That's really frustrating. Hopefully my opponent plays some sort of longbow or something, and I can kill it. God. I'm very, very tilted here. Very tilted here. On the plus side, if they play these elves, they can't play another Distant Melody without decking, so. On the my side, I'm also dead, so there's that. Like, yeah, maybe my opponent doesn't have a counterspell, or maybe I draw a wall into... Like, what if I draw a wall, what do I get? I get flicker. And if they have a prohibit or negate, I'm dead. Assuming they, keep the mana up for it. Which I can't imagine they don't, given that they're going to play 2 1-drops here, right? Oh, they have a Quirion Ranger too. Yeah. Maybe they miss on counters and I hit. MTGO is a terrible program, good lord. I have 3 lands and a map as misses. I don't think I could have snuck in lethal damage when they attacked out, but especially if I attack with everything, they don't need to attack with their Timber Watches or whatever. There's a longbow. I have 2 cards in hand. Are they going to blow their Quirion Ranger to get the thing equipped to an untapped creature or something? So they drew Distant Melody and then they ripped Birch Lore Rangers. That's unfortunate. I could have not countered the Lead the Stampede and countered the Birch Lore Rangers, but that doesn't really do much. What the hell? Thermokarst? What? They can't cast another Distant Melody. They're dead if they do. Oh, maybe they'll do a druid or warrior or something. Druid, yeah. Okay, fair enough. Doing warrior would also be lethal, but what? Oh, so if I draw a wall, I win. That's cool. Oh well, did they have 2 rangers? No, they only have the 1 career ranger, right? They already used it this turn, so so if they untap, so if I get to draw a wall here, they can untap 1 green mana or just 1 creature. I'm just gonna draw a land. It's gonna be awful. Redraw. I would have preferred a blue card instead, because those get me more than 1 redraw. I've got 4 misses out of 15 cards. Wall. Expedition map is one of my misses, so it's on the bottom. I'm gonna time my opponent out if I drew a wall. Ugh, it's so frustrating. My opponent didn't. If I got the damage in earlier, maybe I could have won there. Man, I hope I didn't lose because I misplayed. They also didn't need to tap out there, so I mean. Thermokarst resolves. I don't care. I'm not F6ing to try to bluff some sort of instant. Also, I have Ancient Grudge, so it would be bad to tap out anyway. Or bad to F6 anyway. Another redraw. If they have Prohibit, I'm dead. Okay. I can take Wall, play Wall, get Flicker. I'm dead to Negate or Prohibit. I can take a Mull Drifter and draw 2 walls, and then they have to have 2 counter spells. So I need to do the math. Here's what I've got gone. Maps on bottom. Drew the Prism and Oracle and Dignitary last turn. So I've got Mull Drifter and Wall. I can also... draw Moments Pieces, which is something they have to double counterspell, or it buys me a turn. So, do I think they put in counterspells? If they have no counterspells, I get Wall and they lose instantly. But why would they have counterspells in their sideboard if they're not bringing them in? And I know they didn't have them before they had the Distant Melody, because when they cast that first Distant Melody, they had no cards in hand. So they'd have to have counterspells in their deck, still have Spider Silk Armor in their deck. So they cut Well-Wisher, it looks like, right? What the hell, Windows? All my windows minimized. Whatever. What a terrible, terrible... Whatever. So they cut the Well-Wishers. They have 4 slots. They put in 2 Thermokarsts. And maybe the 2 counterspells. Or the 2 other Spider Silk Armors. Or maybe Gleeful Sabotages. They also have an Esset Sword and count to cut. So yeah, they have counterspells in their deck. Otherwise, like, it makes sense to have no counterspells. But maybe they didn't draw them. Maybe they didn't draw them. I think it's correct to take a Mull Drifter here. If I whiff here and I don't even get to see my opponent's hand to see if they had a counterspell, I'm going to be unhappy, but... Oh my god. Am I a genius? I think I might be a genius. I'll pass. I survived 2 counterspells. They counter the Moments Piece, they counter the flashback moments piece, and I get them with the third moments piece. And then I have 2 more turns to draw another wall. Oh, man. And my opponent has 4 minutes left. If I don't know. I'm gonna just... I don't think I can make them... Yeah, I can't even make them Timberwatch here. And even if they did, it doesn't matter because they have Quirion Ranger. I hope they don't have Flaring Pain or something. That'd be really unfortunate. What? They didn't have the counterspell, so I have 3 more draws, right? Maybe they only have 1 counterspell? That might be. F6. Value. Compulsive? I am close to decking. They're also close to decking. And if I can just get some walls, some wall action, some hot wall-on-wall action, I should be able to... Yeah, I have a wall on the bottom too, so... If they only play 2 counterspells like I think they do, this is golden. I'm going to play a Cove. This sucks because now if they do have the 1 counterspell, they know they need to hold it for Flicker. Okay, so I get the Flashback Moments piece if they counter. I get to cast Moments piece. If they counter again, I get to... I think I might be able to flicker the wall and Dignitary to force them to counter that. Well, let's just start with the Flashback first. See if this gets countered. Because they also might be trying to counter the Grudge for their Longbow. I'm flashing back before blocks. I don't know why. This game was so easy to win for like 8 turns, and I just drew land after land after land after land. If I can come back and time my... Like, oh, god damn it. So it resolved, huh? And they thought about it, and then it resolved. Which... I'm just double blocking to waste my opponent's time, basically. Because now they have to F2 a bunch. I think it's only going to buy like 2 seconds, but... But if they're wasting my time, I'm going to waste their time. Okay. Go back to the snipping tool. It's already up. I was dragging the OBS thing instead. So I'm out of moments pieces. Compulsive's over here. I've already got 1 wall. Well, another wall's on the bottom, which means this map is ahead of the wall. I use that Mole Drifter. So I've got 3 lands and some blue cards. I was just trying to figure out, is it worth it to try to draw something to play around this counterspell? And I don't think it is. Yeah. Okay. So I get 2 more draws, hopefully. 1 more draw if they have another counterspell. And a wall is lethal. The lethal wall is on the bottom. 1 lethal wall is on the bottom. And I had that Oracle, right? Yeah, so I need to avoid drawing land for the next 2 turns. Let's see if this resolves. It does. Same thing as last time, just wasting my opponent's time. Usually I wouldn't bother, except they went into the tank for so long. On so many turns when they absolutely did not need to. That if they want to waste my time, I'm going to waste their time. If I draw a wall, they die, I believe. Well, they might have the counter. In which case, well, let's see. Let's see what we draw. Let's go ahead and F6. If I get Oracle, I should, yeah, if I hit wall or Oracle here, I think I have it, because I'll dig 2 cards with Oracle, which has to find the other wall, because the bottom card is map and wall. Alright. No, they could have their other counterspell now. If they just drew their other counterspell this turn, I could be in trouble. And they have to have it this turn, otherwise... Yes! Oh my god! Deep breaths. We're going to put in anything that can buy me time. Don't need this spell. Because my opponent does not have enough time to longbow me out. They also don't have enough time to... Were all my walls in the bottom 8 cards or something? That's whatever. Okay. Yeah, I think if they attacked... That turn I said they had made a terrible attack, I think they would have killed me if they had actually attacked correctly. Shredded Arrows doesn't do anything, does it? Pulse buys me time by just gaining 6 life. Capsize buys me time by bouncing something. Counterspell is medium. I had two fogs, I think. No, I drew a fog immediately after that missed attack. Don't need Fingraph. I guess I didn't draw 8 lands. What? I didn't... Did I click submit? When? Okay, whatever. Wow, I just must have lost my mind and clicked submit at some point. That's really unfortunate given I have just 2 cards in my deck that shouldn't be there, but whatever. My opponent's leading on Career Ranger. I'm going to lead on Prism. 2 Arts of Visionary. I'm leading on mine. Yeah, they could have Thermokarst, whatever. Oh. Boom. Just blowing up the Ranger. This stops them from playing 3 drops if they don't have another land. And if they have another land, sure, whatever. Quarian Ranger is going to be good if they have a Timberwatch this turn. Which is how they're going to win. They need a Timberwatch ASAP. Otherwise, I'm just going to be timing them out. Oh, man. Full Monty. Certainly not going to need to piece. Birchlord's fine. I've got double piece up, and holy crap! I should not have played that second Prism because they can play. They can play Gleeful Sabotage and get both of them, and then they don't have green mana. Holy crap! That was so bad. Jesus, that was a bad play. I guess, well, yeah, it was a bad play. But it's not as bad as it could have been. Oh, man. They have no cards in hand? Oh, never mind. If they had just done this first, I would have had a tough choice to play around a counterspell. But instead, I just get to own them. They had a pretty good draw, too. It's just they can't win, so they should have F6 there. I mean, when MTGO wants you to win, it tells you. Go ahead and get wall back to peace, and then upkeep. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just playing as if I wasn't just gonna win. Probably should have got Flicker there. Now I think about it. Just go ahead, peace. Now I can't lose. There's just no sequence that my opponent can do because they don't have enough time to get in attacks plus pump with Timberwatch. Seagate, get a comp research, play another Seagate, and upkeep. I'm gonna flash Moment's Peace. I'm going to play like they aren't going to time out, just to see what would have happened. Yeah, they're timed out. GG Zodiac, you lost because you just wasted too much time. There was absolutely no reason to spend so much time on game 1 and 2. You kept tanking over and over on non-decisions, and it cost you the match. Potentially. Maybe I would have won this game. I had a very good start. But if you had more time, you probably could have led out with more elves, and your lead to Stampedes could have been better. Who knows? But my start is also fantastic, so again, I probably could have won this game without you timing out, but you timed out by wasting time, and you gotta play faster. There's no reason to tank for so long on so many of your early plays. And if you're double queuing, don't double queue. It's just too bad. Anyway, we're 2-0. If I had lost that game too, I would have been very frustrated. If I had lost the match after winning game 2, I would have been less frustrated. But I beat elves twice. We are doing good. Hopefully we keep getting decent matchups.